Greetings. Today we have two stories from the subreddit Surviving Infidelity. The first deals with the demise of a long marriage. The second involves a cheating ex who realizes life isn't much better with her affair partner. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Here is story 1. End of a 38-year-long marriage. My husband Jeff and I used the same computer. One morning I got up, turned it on, minimized a bunch of his windows, and discovered a message to a friend with a photo of a girl. Jeff had written to his friend this was his sexy Argentina girlfriend and he was going to be on the first possible plane down to see her. I was knocked flat, like a hammer to my chest. I didn't know what was going on. I truly believed Jeff would have been the last possible man to do this. So I snooped and discovered that they had been sexting for a long time. It wasn't until weeks later that I figured out it was 2 years. The sex stuff was disturbing, but what broke my heart were all the I love you, I dream about you at night, and I'll be down to Argentina as soon as the borders are open. For quite a while I was in shock, not knowing what to say or do, just not able to grasp what was happening. One night I was reading in real time what Jeff was writing to her downstairs. I want to taste your garden. I snapped, got out of bed, and confronted Jeff while he was sexting her, telling him that if he was in love with another woman, he had to leave immediately. He looked panicked, claimed it was meaningless, a video game, that COVID has taken away everything I loved. First, Later I discovered the sexting had been going on for 2 years, so much for COVID made me do it, that he had no intention of leaving me, and that he was never going to Argentina. A few days later he confessed that he was planning to go when their borders opened. Had I never seen that message to his friend, never known about the affair, I would have booked his ticket, helped him pack, kissed him goodbye, and said, "Have fun, honey." It was some girl who had shown up at one of his friend Richie Ramone's concerts. Jeff has traveled with him a lot, helping out with the tour. She had taken a photo of her and Jeff, which is her Facebook profile pic. They exchanged contact info. And then started chatting and then sexting and then decided they were in love, although the night I caught him he claimed he loved me, that when he wrote I love you to her, it was just typing. He said the reason he had this affair was because I am a cold fish, true, unaffectionate, true, didn't initiated sex, unless drunk, but I have never once said, "Not tonight honey," to him. And did not love him in the way he wanted to be loved, which maybe I should have been aware of, except I thought he was as certain of my love for him as I was of his. After I confronted him, I cried, we wrangled, I wanted so much to be convinced that it was just some weird inappropriate exchange, that other couples had gone through this and come out okay and we could too. This went on for 2 days. I really thought Jeff would say, "I'm so sorry I hurt you, I've broken it off, you are the most important person in the world to me." I waited to hear those words. They never came. Why didn't I ask him to break it off in front of me when he was still claiming it was meaningless, a video game? There was another confrontation and more tears when I saw that she was still sexting Jeff, saying, "I love you, where are you?" That night I asked him to stop and he said he wasn't going to, not until he knew our marriage would work. He claimed I was making demands on him. I said our marriage can't possibly be fixed while you're still involved with this woman. If you don't stop, you have to leave. Again, I was so desperate I relented. It was so crazy that he thought this was okay, I couldn't think straight. Still can't. More wrangling, more texts from her, more heartbreak. The next night I finally lose it and type "go away" to her when she comes on Instagram. I didn't even know Jeff had an Instagram account until I started snooping, cause until I saw the message to his friend I was never a snooper or a jealous person. Jeff was furious that I had typed to her and claimed he had broken it off with her hours before but hadn't told me. I said, "I can see all your Instagram posts. There was nothing about it's over." Jeff said, "I sent her an email, can I see it?" No, I deleted it. I no longer believe this. More wrangling, more of me weeping and begging. Jeff says he doesn't know what to do, not sure our marriage will work, not sure if I can be the warm, affectionate person he wants, says we need to take a step back. I can't take a step back cause my brain won't stop going over and over the things I saw. And trying to think and hope about what we can do and say to fix this thing, and all I wanted was to work this out so we could stay married. He kept saying he needed to be alone to think, and in my own insanity I thought I had to give him what he said he needed. Although my gut was telling me to insist on staying here with him and finding a resolution together, which, yes, did include the possibility that we might break up, but at least I would have felt that we had both really tried. I didn't want to move in with any of my pals, didn't want to let them know what had happened, and I didn't want to go stay alone in a hotel. I ended up flying back to the States. $1,000 later I was on a plane to Chicago, which was on total lockdown, couldn't even get a cup of coffee, and then on a train to Indiana. A state with no mask mandate to stay with a friend there for 5 days. Insanely risky for me, but I was desperate. Jeff said he would use the week I was gone to sort out his own mind. I get back home after a horrendous, exhausting trip. A passenger in my row kept taking off his mask. My flight was almost diverted to another airport because of poor visibility after 2 aborted landing attempts. And a 6-hour van ride, traveling from 4 in the AM to 9 at night. I am barely keeping it together by the time it was over and found Jeff on the porch drinking and smoking. He did make me some chicken. I've had zero appetite since this started, and I cry, what did you decide? I want to be with you. And the whoosh of relief and happiness I felt must be what a shot of heroin is like. I went to bed relieved and relaxed for the first time in weeks and woke up to an agitated Jeff who is not sure he's made the right decision. More wrangling, more sobbing, more begging, and we are both committed to the process of rebuilding our marriage. I was actually looking forward to this. After 40 years, I thought it would be exciting to try something new, to talk more, for me to show Jeff how much I love him in a way he would appreciate. Although I do think I would have fallen down on the ego boosting the groupie is so good at. I never got the chance at the marriage rebuild, never got the chance to show Jeff I could change and change sincerely. Because the day after I got back he told me of this drama his family in Florida is going through, and I say you have to go there. I book his ticket on my own Amex card, insist he take the phone and the computer, and my new expensive backpack, pack him a lunch for the van ride. And he kisses me goodbye and says see you in a few weeks. I'm not happy. I was looking forward to creating a new stage in our marriage, something different, but I'm hopeful that we can work it out when he gets back. So I'm okay, blood pressure not great but not trying to kill me. I thought I was the picture of health, but I was diagnosed with high blood pressure last January. 2 days later Jeff calls to tell me he doesn't know if he wants to be married to me. I ask if he's sexting her again and he says yes. He says he has always put me first, a claim that has me and my grown kids and everyone who knows is baffled. Everyone thought he was so lucky the way I spoiled him, and that he is choosing himself now, putting himself first. I said, have I ever asked you for anything before? He said no, you haven't. I asked him again to please stop sexting her. That was the only way our marriage had a chance. He refused. I hang up, write him some pitiful, pleading texts, have an ugly crying fit, and take my blood pressure. It is over 200. Twice more that week it hit 200. I really humiliated myself, begging, that's attractive, trying to reconcile the man I married with this person who doesn't see any issue with us talking about how to fix our marriage while he is sexting the groupie every day. It took a week for me to say to myself, if Jeff says he doesn't know if he wants to be married to me, that means he doesn't want to be married to me. You don't tell a person you love I don't know if I love you. I couldn't do this anymore. How can I care about a person who hurt me so badly? I had to accept my almost 40-year marriage is finished and try to find a way to be okay with that cause, otherwise the stress will literally kill me. So I'm starting over, or trying to, at 67, left wondering what the frick happened. Any clarity would be greatly appreciated. Comment 1. I'm really sorry this is happening to you. But this man does not love you or respect you. He has put you through heck. I know you are scared because he is all you had for a while. 38 years. But it's better to be alone at peace than being with someone who will emotionally torture you for his own benefit. He has chosen her already, there is no changing his mind. Don't let him control you anymore. He doesn't suspect you to leave because he's done so much harm and you're still willing to forgive him. Set yourself free and ask for a divorce. Don't let him take advantage of you. You get what you deserve, what you put in this marriage. This will hurt for a while, but trust me. You'll take a step back and then see how extremely toxic and pathetic this man is. He's not what you married anymore, he's someone else. Don't let him drag you down with him. Be strong and choose yourself. Trust me, once you cut the cord, ask for a divorce, you'll feel that freedom. With it some pain, but in time you'll heal. And then you can live your life with new people and new opportunities. Don't diminish yourself for him anymore. Take that first step. Comment 2. I know I'll get downvoted to heck, but you said it's true, you're cold, unaffectionate and don't have sex sober. Had any of that been addressed in the 38 years? I mean, cheating, affair aside, I feel reconciliation would be tough if both your love languages are out of whack. Comment 3. Leave the a-hole to the Argentina ho ho. He's living in a fantasy world of internet romance. He'll be begging you to have him back soon enough. Please, please, get on with your life and get away from this evil and lying cheat. He does not deserve one more minute of your tears. Cry yes for the years lost, the deception, but do not cry over him. He's a deceptive and manipulative liar. He will try to keep you on the back burner, by the way, because somewhere in the back of his mind, he will think he's entitled to string you along, just in case. Slam that door shut, lock it, and weld it tight. He's a lost cause. It does get better, by the way. Being alone isn't a death sentence. It takes some getting used to. Most women actually turn out to really like their newfound freedom, and you will be okay. All the best. Comment 4. I trust this community will give you amazing advice. I just want to hop on here and say I'm sorry to hear what you're going through. Do not think for a minute that his choices were your fault or because you did something wrong. Wishing you peace and happiness on your tough journey ahead. Comment 5. Reading your post, I thought you sounded really hard on yourself. Don't do that. You came through something that was incredibly painful and difficult. The fact you came out with clarity and purpose is impressive. I am impressed by your strength. Hang in there and keep talking to us. We are here for you. Here is story 2. She committed infidelity for 8 years. I'm looking for closure. Need advice. This is my first post on Reddit. I, 32 male, am trying to get my thoughts together to ask questions from my ex, 30 female, who's been trying to get back into my life, why she cheated the whole 8 years of our relationship. There is zero chance of reconciliation. We have 2 children ages 6 and 8. We have been split for 4 years and I haven't been able to get past it. I've done therapy, I've tried dating, I've been going to the gym, I've been focusing on me and my children. I'm financially stable with a job I love and enjoy. Overall life is good. But I cannot get over what she has done, which has ruined any chance for me with potential partners. Anyway, why I am here is because she has been reaching out telling me how awful her life is with her partner whose she's been with 1 week after I left her. They have 2 children together. And she's been talking about leaving him. I then sent her a message saying the following. I think we should stick to just communicating when it's just about the boys. I mean, you burned me pretty good and then you want to use me as an emotional band-aid. I'm trying to take the high road and be supportive, and I'm sorry life is hard for you, but it's been a rough time going through the damage you put me through. And I'm not trying to hash up old crap cause 1, it doesn't matter to you, and 2, it may not be relevant in your life but still affects mine. It wasn't even a full week you started seeing someone else after we broke things off. You labeled me a horrible person and told many people things that didn't even happen. And you more than once tried to use partner's name and other things in your life to throw in my face and try and make me jealous. I gave you money for an abortion you wanted with partner's name child, and then continued to talk trash about me and told private things about my life to partner's name, which he used against me. Then you asked me if you could move in so you could get a head start on getting your own place and you meet a guy for a one-nighter. And you told him I was an abuser cause after you told me what a psycho he was. I contacted him to tell him to leave you alone. And again, everything you told him he used against me when all I was trying to do was defend and help you. Then trying to call someone to plow my driveway, I get the embarrassing conversation of yet again being labeled a horrible person. I'm not trying to tell you this to hurt you. I'm just trying to get you to understand where I'm coming from and why I can't be your emotional security. Because you can't offer the respect in return. I appreciate the apology and the nice card you got me, but I can't be that person for you, and I'm sorry because I do understand what you're going through because you used to do that to me. I am sorry for the hard times you're going through, but this is the life you chose and I can't be the supportive person you want me to be. I feel crappy for saying this, but it's something I have to get off my chest. So after this, I'm thinking what a great time to ask her for some answers to get some closure for me and my mental health right. Is it worth it? If it is worth it, what should I ask? I'm having a hard time coming up with questions and I'm thinking this might be something that can help me move on. I'm not sure. So here I am. I know one question I'm still on the fence about knowing is if my children are actually mine. I love my boys with all my being and I don't think I could take it if I found out they were not mine. If I didn't have children with my ex, I would go no contact. But having children, I have no choice. So if you were in my shoes, what would you do? Comment 1. This is going to be harsh. Apologies in advance. You seem like a good guy. 1. Paternity test. Yes. You need to know. 2. You will not get closure with her. Certainly not the type for which you are looking. Remember this quote. The best revenge is a life well lived. 3. Stop engaging her. If the conversation does not involve your kids. C1. Delete, unless the lawyer tells you otherwise. At a minimum, don't respond, move on. 4. For frick's sake, stop giving her money. Unless I misread that. She is entitled to what is in the divorce decree. Nothing more, nothing less. 5. I would be very leery of her trying to inject herself back into your life, like a syringe full of AIDS, for the kids. F. That. You owe her nothing, except what is in the aforementioned divorce decree. Good luck. If one or both are not yours, consult your lawyer. Financially, you may be on the hook anyway, and emotionally, this would be a wrecking ball, but knowing is better than doubt. Comment 2. Yeah, no answer she will give you will feel satisfying. And being 4 years later, I doubt the honesty of her answers. The only acceptable closure you should find is that there is no closure. There is no good enough why to what she did. She did it because she is a broken person who lacks ability to communicate honestly. In 4 years, she hasn't addressed her problem, so she's in the same place. The best thing for you is to go minimal contact and implement Grey Rock. Completely ignore any conversations not about children. Only communicate via text. You have to train your mind that she's just an acquaintance in your life that you knew a long time ago. Just the mother of your children and nothing more. In the meantime, read No More Mr. Nice Guy by Robert Glover. I think you need to learn how to look out for you and not be such a giver. Also, I know you said therapy didn't work, but have you tried EMDR? It's a more intense version and may help you out in this case if traditional therapy isn't helpful. Comment 3. Closure is an illusion. Any questions you do get answered will just spawn a million more. There's nothing more you need to know on that end to know you made the right decision. On the kid front, it's important to know the truth, if only because it's critical for their healthcare going forward. I know it sucks you may get the worst possible news, but this is one you need to do for the kid's sake. If it turns out they are not yours biologically, you can still have a relationship with them. But you might want to talk to a lawyer before you have the test done, just so you know what you may be up against and are able to make any preparations you need to. Finally, she won't care about your response. She probably won't even get past the first couple of lines. It's great to write things out like this, but best to just treat it as your own therapy. If you needed to reply at all, probably would have been best to just keep it to a bare minimum, such as, "It baffles me that you could think this was an appropriate message at all." Unless it is about co-parenting, any future communication feel free to keep to yourself, or share with someone who cares. Leave me out. Comment 4. You are doing good financially and she is testing the waters to see if you are still gullible enough to be further used by her. Look at it this way. If she has in any way even hinted about getting back together with you, then other than demonstrating how little respect she has for you, she is trying to cheat on the other guy by monkey branching back to you. I think it is accurate to say that getting back with her would destroy you. You need to take a hard look at things and see the real her. A 30-year-old serial cheater and liar that has 4 kids. No more long letters to her, no more questions for her, those are useless and only make you look weak. As one of the others commented in here, closure is an illusion. Actually, the thought of getting back with her should terrify you. Move on, focus on your purpose and be the best you can be for yourself and your kids. You owe her nothing and your only interactions with her should be to co-parent with her for the kids' sake. Good luck. Comment 5. Hey, okay, now, that was your first and last letter to her, okay? I know it's hard not to talk to her since you have the boys. What gets me is, right after you separate, she has a guy. What happened to the affair partner or affair partners? Then she stayed with this said guy for 4 years and has 2 kids. Now she's tired of this guy and wants to hook up with you. For now on, she is only to talk to you about the boys and that's it. To trade off the boys, do you have a neutral spot? Parents-in-law, stop paying for abortions. Stop helping her with guys she brings home. That's what the cops are for. People know who she is and what she is about. If she talks bad about you, let her. Stop giving a damn. People and family know who you are, so let it lie. Now to my non-favorite situation. I have 3 kids, 2 girls and 1 boy. They are young adults now. I have a situation with my middle child, my daughter. There are questionable feelings that she may not be mine. I want to, but I don't want to. I know things will never be the same. So like you, I don't want to know the bad side. So you have to hold on till you no longer have to deal with her. When the boys turn 18, you won't have to deal with her. Then you will be able to heal fully. Stop dropping breadcrumbs for her. No more Mr. I'll help you. Thanks for listening.